A veteran detective is being rushed to the ER. His blood pressure is spiking. His chest is tight. He can barely stay conscious. And the whole way there, he's screaming one thing. "Don't bring her near me! Don't you dare bring her near me! I'll kill her!" He's not talking about a murderer. He's talking about a sweet little old woman. I'm Cole, and this is Midnight Files. If you're new here, subscribe and hit that notification bell so you never miss a case. The year is 1983. A detective named Ted Keyes gets called in. "Ted, we've got a strange one, a real mystery. We need you." So he takes it, and when he sits down with the main suspect, he breaks. Completely. His blood pressure shoots up. His blood sugar goes haywire. He nearly passes out right there in the room. They rush him to the hospital, and the whole time, he's shaking, furious. "Ted, what is it? Talk to us. What happened in there?" And he says, "That suspect, don't bring her near me. Ever, or I swear, I'll kill her. Ted, what is wrong with you?" And he looks at them. In my whole life, I have never met anyone as hopelessly stupid as that woman. Let me tell you who she is. She's elderly. Her name is Josephine. One day, Josephine walks over to her sister's place. These two live across the hall from each other. She goes to knock, but the door's already open. So she walks in, calling out, "Agnes? Agnes." That's her sister, older than Josephine. Both of them up in years. She checks the whole place. No Agnes. She goes to the bedroom, but it's dark, and she thinks she's just napping. I'll leave her be. And on her way out, she notices the living room. 2 cups with drinks in them, and a fork. Just a regular eating fork. So she picks them up, takes them to the kitchen, washes the cups, scrubs that fork down good. Then she comes back and tidies the whole place. Just cleaning, with the best intentions in the world. Her sister's older, a little frailer. Josephine figures, let me help her out. She's sleeping, bless her. Then she locks the door and goes back to her own apartment. Night falls, and Agnes never woke up, never came by, never checked in. So Josephine goes back, opens the door. "Agnes! Agnes!" Straight to the bedroom, still dark, and this time she flips on the lights, and there's Agnes. Cut up, sliced apart, carved to pieces, right there on her own bed. Josephine starts screaming. "Help me!" She calls the police. They come running, so Detective Ted Keyes shows up and works the scene. Forensics goes over every inch, and they find nothing. No prints, no murder weapon, not a trace. "Well, what have you got?" "This is bizarre. The place is spotless. How does someone walk in here, do this, and walk out? No broken door, no trace." "Who reported it?" "Her sister, the old lady across the hall. And honestly, we suspect her." "Bring her to me." They bring her in. He takes one look. Ancient, frail. No way. This woman didn't butcher her own sister. To cut a body up like that, you'd need someone strong, and I don't even know what the weapon was. "Come here. Walk me through it. How'd you find the crime?" "Well, I came in. Couldn't find my sister, so I cleaned up, and I found 2 cups. "Okay, where are the cups?" "Oh, I washed those. They had stains on them." His face changes. "Right. And what else did you clean?" "There was a fork. Had this red liquid all over it." "Yeah? Where's the fork now?" "Washed it. Real good." And she keeps going. "And then I got a towel and wiped everything down." And he explodes. "Get her away from me, or I'll kill her. This is the woman who destroyed my crime scene. Because of her, every shred of evidence is gone." Because think about it. When Josephine first walked in, Agnes was already dead. And those 2 cups, that means Agnes wasn't alone. Somebody was with her, drinking. Those cups had her prints, and the killer's, and Josephine washed them clean. And the weapon. The thing that carved up that body in such a brutal, bizarre way. It was the fork. Someone took her down with a fork, and you washed it and put it back in the kitchen. They go grab it. Nothing on it. No blood, no prints.
And that's the moment the poor man's body just gives out, and she's standing there saying, "Oh, and I cleaned too."
So 3 days later, Ted goes back. He just sits in that apartment, thinking, whoever walked in here had to know Agnes, personally. So, who is Agnes? Agnes Sudol, a beloved school teacher. White hair, retired back in 1960. And this is 1983. A gentle, kind-hearted woman. Everybody in the neighborhood loved her. Quiet, good people, her and her sister. No enemies. So, this person, she had to let him in. Nobody forced that door, and she poured him a drink. There's a second cup on that table, which means this is somebody she liked, somebody sitting with her as a guest, even at her age. So, who is he? Bring me everyone, every single person connected to Agnes, anyone who visited her, anyone who kept in touch. They round up 40 people. He starts cutting. I only want the fit ones, the strong ones. Out go the elderly, the shaky-handed, the ones Agnes's age. Out go the little kids, even a 9-year-old boy who used to run her errands. Not him. Bring me the strong ones. He's down to 22. These ones, I want their records, every crime, every problem they've ever caused. Pull it all. Because now it's all on his instincts. His people get to work, even digging into school records, school behavior. A month later, they bring him the files. 22 of them. First, no. Second, no. Third, no. Fourth, no. Fifth, no. And then he gets to 1. A kid named Hammonds, 16 years old, straight A student, hard-working, no record at all. But there's a report from his school, and the school says, this kid's no trouble, polite, well-mannered, the kind of boy you'd swear couldn't hurt a fly. But there was this one time, back in 1979. This boy walks into a telephone booth at the school. Back then, every booth had that big, thick phone directory. Everybody's number in the whole region. And this kid grabs it, tears the pages out, sets it on fire, leaves it burning, and shuts the booth door. And the booth goes up in flames, and the fire starts spreading into the classrooms. And it nearly burns the students and the teachers alive. Thank God, in the last seconds they got the kids out. Fire department came, the whole thing. But that's it. That's the only incident in his entire life. All right. Ted keeps reading. He's got his eye on a few now. He narrows it down until he's got 3. And one of them is Hammonds. Now back to forensics. When you went in, you really found nothing. Nothing. The place was spotless, except some scattered bits of flesh in the bedroom. Because the killer was driving that fork in and dragging it back out, stabbing and pulling, tearing chunks of flesh right off her. So we collected those, and we found a little bottle of gasoline, and matches, but no fire, nothing was burned. Maybe the old woman used it for her lanterns. Okay. And then it hits him. Matches. Where have I heard about matches? And he remembers it. The school report. On Hammonds, the kid who set the phone directory on fire, who used matches, who used gasoline. Wait, could it be? The school incident was 79, the murder was 83, 4 years apart. Maybe this kid's got an obsession with fire. So is it possible he brought that gasoline and those matches, but never got the chance to light it? But why? Why kill Agnes? Sweet, beloved Agnes, what could she have done to him? If anything, she was good to him. So Ted grabs the kid. I know you're behind the murder of Agnes. And the boy gets scared. No, I had nothing to do with it. Why are you accusing me? What did I do? I'll tell you what. Because your fingerprints are on that bottle we found. Now, there were no prints on it. The kid was careful. Never left prints. and Josephine wiped down the rest. So Ted's bluffing. "We found your prints. You were going to torch the place. You just didn't get the chance." And the boy panics. Ted leans on him, hard, and the kid crumbles, shaking, crying, his whole front collapsing. "Yes." "What?" "Say it. Out loud." "Yes. I'm the one who killed her." "Why?" And the kid says, "I killed her because I loved her. And she liked me too. I was a good student. She was a teacher. Everyone praised her. And I used to come see her all the time, for a long time, so she could go over my schoolwork with me. And one of those times, I stole $11 from her. And she found out, and she tore into me, humiliated me, wiped the floor with me. And that's when I started to hate her. Someone like her. All that respect, all that education, so kind to everyone. She had no business shaming me like that. She should have just advised me. Not made me feel that disgrace. So I held it against her. But then, things went back to normal, and she'd tell me, "Come sit with me at the house. You're a lovely young man. You just can't be doing things like that." And one day, it's just the two of us. Nobody else in the house. And she says, "Pour me a little drink." So I poured hers and mine. And I sat there, drinking with her. He was 16, drinking with his teacher. And then I went to the kitchen, looking for anything I could use. I wanted a knife, couldn't find one. All I found was the fork, and I thought, that's more than enough. So I took it, and I waited. And after she'd had a lot to drink, and I saw her getting woozy, she says, "Can you help me to my room?" So she leaned on me, and I walked her all the way there. And the second she lay down, I stabbed her with the fork, in the neck. But she didn't die. She just started bleeding, bleeding hard, and I had to finish what I started. So I stabbed her, and I stabbed her, and I stabbed her. And that's when I felt it. The pleasure of killing. Someone who can't fight back. Old, weak, and I thought, this is my chance, my first real crime. And I kept going, until I started to enjoy it. Carving into her, cutting her apart, scattering pieces of her across the bed all around the room. And I started laughing, like a maniac. And when I finished, I walked out, sat on the couch, finished off whatever was left in my cup, and I tossed the fork. And right then, I hear the front door open. He froze, hid. And it's her sister, Josephine, walking in, calling for Agnes. She went toward the bedroom, then turned back, thought her sister was sleeping, and she started cleaning, the mess, the dishes, scrubbed it all down, and walked out and locked the door behind her, never realizing her sister had been slaughtered, just feet away. And that, the boy said, was when I took my chance, and got out. And that's the whole story. Now, too, when Hammonds was brought to trial, there was something strange. The entire trial, he cried, sobbing, broken. "I'm so sorry, I regret it." On and on. Then the verdict came. Life in prison. And the second he heard it, he lifted his head, and he smiled, happy, like he never regretted a thing, like he'd never done anything at all. They figured he was trying to con the court, play crazy. It didn't work. They sent him to a juvenile facility. He was still a teenager, to hold him there until he came of age, then transfer him to maximum security. And the sentence was severe. As harsh as it gets, because of how monstrous the crime was. Total madness, total savagery. They said it themselves. This isn't a human being. This is a monster, someone who takes pleasure in killing. An old woman, a good woman, a teacher who shaped generations. Carved up like it's nothing. No remorse. No. Let him rot. Life in prison. Maybe he grows old in there. Maybe he dies in there. And we're finally rid of him. And that is the end of our story.